Hello and welcome back. In the last video, we created this Elasticsearch connection. We added the logger. We created a new instance of the Elasticsearch client, and then with this check connection. This check connection will be used to check the status, the health status of our Elasticsearch node, okay? Because we are running a single node cluster. And then we added this function. We called this function inside our server.ts right here, okay? Now, before we run, let's go to our app.ts, okay? Just something very easy that we are going to do here. First, as usual, let's copy this logger, okay? Copy the logger and then import. So import logger from Winston, and then import Winston logger from our library, and then import config. Okay, so this is going to be at notifications. Okay, let me fix these issues. Okay, and I will change this to notification app. Okay, now what we want to do is very simple. All we just need to do is call this function or use this function right here, this start method. Okay, so I'll create a function. I'll call it initialize. Okay, it will return void because it doesn't return any value. Now I need to create an instance of Express. So I'll say const app of type Express. Okay, we import from Express equal to Express. Okay, let me see. Okay, yeah, and then this we need to import. This seems like we cannot import automatically. Okay, so we've created an instance of Express. Now let's call this function, this start. Remember that this start method takes an instance of Express right here. You can see it here. Okay, so here I'll call starts and then pass app. Okay, yeah, I don't know why it's not importing with the at notifications. Okay, and then here I will call initialize. Okay, it seems like here we don't, at this point in time, we don't really need this logger. We can take the logger out because I thought maybe we would need the logger. So for now we don't need it because there's no function right here. Okay, or if you want, you can pass another information here. Okay, log.info. Okay, notification notification service initialized. Okay, if you want, you can do this. Okay, so we called define this function and then we're calling it right here. Remember, in our package JSON, we said the entry file should be app.js. That is when we build. But here you can see in our dev script command, we are running with source/app.ts. Okay, so now that we have this, we can run the command npm run dev. Okay, we already set up our dev command. So I'll open the terminal. Let me clear this, and I'm going to run npm run dev. Now this might take some time before it starts. Okay, running the npm run dev command, I got an error saying that I cannot use import statement outside a module. Okay, now there are two ways to I can fix this issue. Okay, here is saying, okay, we need to add the type module to our package JSON file. So we can either do that by coming right here and saying type, and it's going to be module. Okay, and let's see. Okay, still having some issues. Wait, let's try something here in the tsconfig file. Let's just try something else. Okay, I'll change this to ES 2015 1.5, and then module will be common JS. Okay. Let me stop this. So I'll just pause the video and try to figure out what the issue is. Okay, so here I added type module, and here I changed it to module to be common JS. So you can remove the one from package.json. Just remove the type module from package.json file. Okay, and then make sure you set the module in the tsconfig to common JS and ES 2015. Okay, so when we build, it's going to build to ES 2015. Okay, and now let's run npm run dev. Okay, now let's see. Remember that we are using this Pinot Pretty. Okay, now you can see how it looks. Okay, you can see now, you see that we are connected to Elasticsearch. It says Elasticsearch health status is yellow. Okay, if there was an error, it will probably display the error messages or display different health status. Okay, now let me show you something. Let me remove this Pinot Pretty. Okay, let's see what's going to happen without that pipe. Oh, okay, that's good. It seems like the formatter already formatted, so we don't need this right here. That's really weird, because when I tried it earlier, the formatting did not, it was not formatted properly. Okay, but right now it looks like without Pinot Prettier, it's still formatted properly. But yeah, we can leave it. I'll try to check if maybe the formatter we added formatted it properly. Okay, but right here you can see it's formatted properly, better than just showing some kind of JSON messages. Okay, so let's see if we go to Elasticsearch, go to overview. Okay, right now I think nothing is displayed, and right here you can see our logs. We have now the log events. Okay, so we have one unknown right here. So let me click on show log stream. Okay, I can change this to every second, every 1 second, set it to live stream. Okay, now you can see our messages. Okay, if I restart this server, let me just restart this. Let me make a change right here. Okay, so the last one was 1959:44. Okay, so let me change this. Okay, so the server is loading, and then once it loads, you are going to see some messages right here. Okay, the server is running, and now you can see it's now 20:01:06. Okay, so our server is running, and it's streaming. We set up this streaming every 5 seconds. Okay, so it's going to check for data every 5 seconds. Okay, and here you can see a message, maybe notification. Okay, notification service initialized. Okay, you can see the message right here, notification server running on port 4001. And what happens if I stop Elasticsearch? I think if I stop Elasticsearch, this will likely not work. Okay, let's just try it. So let me stop Elasticsearch. So let this throw an error. I think it's not going to stream the data because the data will not be sent to Elasticsearch. But let's see what's going to happen. And right here you can see the errors that we have. It says connection to Elasticsearch failed, retrying. Okay, so because Elasticsearch is not running, this is the error messages we are getting. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm not sure if the logs will be displayed right here. Okay, because Elasticsearch is not running anymore. Okay, yeah, see service unavailable. Here we are not going to see the logs. Okay, so I will go ahead and restart my Elasticsearch service. Okay, so you have seen if Elasticsearch is not running, this is what you are going to see in your console. Okay, so let me stop the console right here. Okay, so at this point now we are able to set up Elasticsearch. We're able to see our logs in the dashboard, that is the Kibana dashboard. In the next video, we'll start taking a look at adding our queues and our email templates.